How do you take your golf swing from this bottom picture to this top picture? Now, this is one of my online students, and this was over roughly about a 3-month period. So I want to make this video and I want you to get two things out of it. One, with how and what drills we use to go from this position to this position, but also why we've got to stick to a process. We've got to believe in our coach no matter who this is and work through each and every aspect. So when I first got this swing, I'm looking at it thinking there's a few issues we've got here. One, we're severely across the line with this right elbow being very flared. Two, the club face is very open with this cupped lead wrist. And then number three, on the downswing, it all started very, very steep. So I'm also going to put two of the videos of the first swing and the current swing on now. Have a look at the differences of this. Unbelievable differences. This is fantastic work. Now, this took a lot of work on the range most mornings to take his swing from this position to this position. So let's start off with the first stage and talk through what we first started off at. So the first stage was to get the body moving correctly. We had to get the right and the correct tilts and turns. So we talked through a process of understanding that through the backswing we need a little bit of left bend and right pocket, and through the downswing we needed a little bit of right bend and left pocket. And there was a lot of work, of homework we called it, of doing these moves and making them part of his everyday movements that he would do while breakfast is cooking, while dinner's cooking, to get a great understanding of how the body moves. So the first part of this stage is, and I think this is probably one of the last stages people look at. Some people are very bothered about everything, the other parts and the other aesthetics of the golf swing. Well, what is the main driver of the modern golf swing, or even of any golf swing? This. So it's important we get this right first. So the first stage was to work through correctly the tilts and the turns, and most importantly the backswing. We were talking about left shoulder down, right pocket around the corner, really getting his body moving in posture. Let's get on to stage number two. The second stage was to get these hands moving more in the center of the body and not allow this right elbow to get flared. So we had to talk about it this way. We had to understand if there's any limitations in his shoulder mobility. So what we did was we did a few tests, and these are simple ones you can do right now. If you want more of this information, I do this content with Nat every single Tuesday. Links, that content's here. It's all about getting your body fit for your own golf swing. So elbows high, we're going to look at just backswing to begin with. I want you to keep your elbow where it is, and I want you to put your palm to the ground, keeping your elbow where it is, bring your palm back up, and we're looking to be able to get this to 90 degrees and matching your spine angle. The second stage of this was to do the same thing in golf posture, down and then match your spine, because during the backswing we want our arm to make this motion, not to create this motion. So we're looking at now, we've got the body moving better, how do we stop this motion? This is what we were getting out of now. So the first stage was to understand if there's any limitations. There wasn't. There's a little bit of stiffness, so we did these exercises every single morning to get used to the shoulder working correctly. Think about it. If someone said to you, you've got 5 minutes homework every morning, do, and body tilts and turns, but it's going to move your swing forward tenfold, would you do it? If you would, make sure you hit that big thumbs up button down below. Hopefully, everyone watching this video would do that, because we all want to play our best golf. So smash that thumbs up button. So let's talk about the drill. We hooked the left onto the right elbow. We were really looking to get an understanding of how we kept the hands more in the middle of the chest and the right elbow more in front of us, not around us. And I really like this drill. We actually worked through two drills to achieve this. 1 and 2. Really getting a feeling of the elbow being in front, not flared and across. Look at the position of the club and how it differs. Now, during this same process, we actually attached in making some swings, putting our left hand back on at the top. So watch this. Bring it in, move it up, left hand on. Now actually look, if our right elbow is more in front of us, our lead wrist has a better opportunity of being flatter, being a little bit more neutral. If it gets flared and across the line, look how our right hand gets more on top, our left hand gets a little bit more underneath and cupped. Look at the differences. So we really had to understand this. So we played with this drill, this one, holding it, hitting it away. But we also, and this is one that was probably a favourite really, because it allowed us to hit some shots with it. Placing a head cover underneath your right arm. What we were looking to achieve was to be able to hit a shot away and keep that head cover underneath, not allow it to come off. Again, this is working on all those aspects, tilts and turns, and get this elbow more in front with that flat lead wrist. So we could stand in there, keep that head cover under, hit that ball away, and try and really maintain that through the shot. It's not easy, it's hard to do, but it gave us a great feeling of moving this swing forwards. So you can really see here the process we've had to go through. Back to basics, tilts, turns and posture, moving the hands through the backswing. Let's now talk about what we did in the downswing, which is our latest lesson to get this club shallowing, the face strengthening, but whilst keeping this position at the top. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far. You can see it is a process, we've got to work through it. It's hard, but we work through it together, you start to really improve. Now, if you would like to win an online swing analysis, it's so simple. You know what to do. Subscribe, share it, and comment #shared down below. Let's get back to the action. I want you to really understand there is no quick fix for your golf swing. You have to work through a set process to really improve. If you want those improvements to be long lasting, yes, a quick fix might give you an instant better feeling, but is that going to last you 1, 2, 3 rounds or even through the whole round? The answer is potentially yes. You could get really lucky, but you need to make sure you're working through a process. So we then spoke about the downswing and how we really wanted to feel. We got the club shallowing now and the face strengthening. Now the one thing I was really picky with, we had to make sure we didn't lose focus on this. Golf is like a Rubik's Cube. You get one thing right, which has been the backswing, you start working on downswing, that backswing will go to pot. I wanted to use a different word, but I'm not sure YouTube would let me. Beep, you know what I mean. It would go to so hopefully it doesn't do that. So what we did was we grabbed a badminton racket and the golf club at the same time. We spoke about these motions. In the downswing, we want the club to shallow, we want the face to strengthen. So we broke it down into this motion. Club to shallow would working in this direction. Face to strengthen would be turning that screwdriver anti-clockwise, okay? Add that in together, thumbs are right behind, strengthen the screwdriver. Look how this got the golf club in a much better position. So both hands on, I appreciate it's not easy to grip. To the top, thumbs behind, anti-clockwise, turn the screwdriver, turn it through. And the one thing you'll notice, the difference in the finishing position now was more here, not here. Really starting to learn to control this release with the body, not the arms, and that's fantastic. The amount of control you can get from that working through this whole process. So if I just put you those two screens on this full screen now, old and new, look at those differences. This didn't come overnight, and this is what I wanted to get out of this video. One, how we went through this whole process. Number two is you've got to work on your game. Don't get upset if it doesn't go right straight away. We had countless conversations saying, this isn't working, that isn't working, why isn't this working? Working through this together really helps you improve your golf game. And it's not going to be all plain sailing. I can assure you, Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods' son, who's an absolute baller, by the way, they go through bad stages. It's hard to improve. So bringing that final aspect in here was one, turn the screwdriver, turn and release it, and hit loads of shots feeling as though we've got that punched finish. That really helps us control the arms and the body in the release. Oh, that was a really good insight of how I work on online lessons and how you can really start to improve your golf game and working through a process. Don't get frustrated, enjoy the process. It's not like I'm preaching to you now. You know what I mean. Hope you enjoy the video.